What's up, everyone? Welcome into the Recruiting Roundup brought to you by Ortho Arizona. I'm Claudia Collins, and we've got our new teammate, Cody Cameron. You've seen his face here before, but he's going to be a more permanent fixture now these days. So get used to Cody. You probably already are. But Cody, let's just kick it off with some of the more recent events. Cooper Perry, wide receiver over at Notre Dame Prep. He just made his commitment this past week. I know you were there. His final schools were ASU, Oklahoma, and Oregon. And surprise, surprise, another Arizona high school football player is now going to be a Duck. We've seen Oregon's recruitment just absolutely take off here. What would you say about the impact that Oregon has? Like, how are they able to get so many guys? I mean, if you look at the 2023 class, for example, they had pretty much all the top recruits in Cole Martin, Amari Washington, Michael Gardner. What is it about Oregon?
I think for a long time, the stigma around Oregon was the facilities and the 8 million different type of jersey combinations they wear and the beautiful stadium that is Autzen Stadium and all of this. But now it's really the coaching staff. When you look at all the Arizona players that have headed to Eugene, they talk about head football coach Dan Lanning and how personable of a coach that is. The entire coaching staff. Heck, when Kenny Dillingham, the current head coach at ASU, was up there, they would talk about Coach Dillingham and just how personable they were on just a human level, not just the X's and O's factor, which obviously those coaches are incredible at, but just the human element and the way they recruit and how effective they are in the recruiting game. They have that science down. And Cooper Perry talked about that. And another huge thing that Oregon did right before this recruitment was they stole Coach Samples.
Coach Lanning, Coach Stein, Coach Adams, Coach Samples, everybody throughout that whole program has my faith and trust that they're going to get me to that person I can be.
That was a unique situation with Coach Samples because that was a coach who you developed a relationship when he was at ASU. He goes over to Oregon. What is that? How does that play a factor in your decision here and the trust you have in playing for a coach like that?
That's my guy. From the start, we just clicked. A lot of stuff. Coach Samples is my guy. So, him being there I know I'm going to be a better person just with him being around me.
All right, now we're going to move over to pretty much talking about Brophy recruits. Let's start with Logan Powell, the offensive tackle over there. He's the #1 recruit in the state, according to 24/7 Sports. As a freshman, I want to say you told me, look out for Logan Powell when he was over at Saguaro. And I think you said something along the lines like, just look for the biggest guy on the field and you'll find him. And that was very much the case. Like, you cannot miss him. But the thing that's interesting to me about this is really that Brophy factor, that significance of that transfer from Saguaro to Brophy, especially maybe now as we've kind of seen things change a lot over the last few years since Mon's departure from Saguaro over to ASU. Like, I'm curious from your perspective, how much of an impact do you think that made on his recruitment, especially when you have someone like Jason Jewell leading the program there, which, by the way, he used to host this show, the Recruiting Roundup. So this is his specialty. What is that significance?
He is a phenomenal football player, not just collegiate prospect because of his frame, his size, his strength, but a high school football player too that's going to go a long way. And really that offensive line, how far and healthy that group can go for Brophy, it's how far that team can go this year. It's going to be a really good team.
Now I want to move over to Cree Thomas, who's the #3 recruit. He's got 12 offers on the table, but he's already made his commitment to Notre Dame. What do you want to add about Cree and maybe any other players, since you're kind of hinting, hey, Brophy's really that team to watch for their recruitment this year?
Yeah, Cree and that entire secondary. Another player is going to be an incoming senior, and Dominic Mitchell, who's just exploded recruitment-wise. He's picked up like 4 or 5 offers the last couple of weeks, and a lot of those from the Ivy League. These are smart football players, and they're elite. These are elite football players. Dominic Mitchell, same thing. He's violent, comes up and run support, great tackler, and a smart, intelligent football player. Playing in the secondary and playing in 6A, where it seems like every school has a quarterback who can absolutely sling it. You need those guys to play their A game every week. And having a Brophy team where their strength is in the back half like that is going to win them a lot of football games. Cree's a phenomenal talent, and so is Dominic Mitchell. Guys, watch this football player out there this year because that kid's a stud.
Hey, Cody, great stuff. If you want more recruiting news, head to sports360az.com. You'll find it all right there.